And it's just a testament to the leadership of Steph Curry and Draymond. He don't care. He probably was like, hey, Jonathan Kuminga just came off the best game of the season.
High,
go ahead and let him cook.
Yeah.
I'll come in off the bench. And again, it's not who start.
He's got this calf injury, too. He's coming back off of missing a couple games because of that. I want to see what the Wolves do here. The Wolves are starting to get their legs up underneath them, starting to play defense. The Warriors are on a back-to-back. Steph's a little banged up. Draymond's a little banged up. The Wolves are in good shape here.
Yes, the Wolves, they've held their opponents to 80 points exactly, actually, their last two games.
Last couple of games. Anthony Edwards, these challenges don't always work out as you want them. But the young star, I think him doing that on his own apparently was not prompted. And, man, this Perk, there was a legit speaking to that team got from him, right?
Well, look, I know we had Jaylen Brown and Giannis beef, and now we got Rudy Gobert and Draymond beef. What about
Somehow I think the fact that Draymond's not starting is not going to affect his play up against
sense of agitation.
Yeah, the vigor in which that beef is approached. All right, well, it's time to get you out to the Bay Area for tip-off between the Golden State Warriors and Anthony
Lakers up by
Edwards
2
here,
minutes left.
and the Timberwolves. Yeah, we're going to have highlights at halftime. Can't wait to see the finish of that one as well.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And in part by Lincoln, wishing you the joy of connection at the Lincoln Wish List Sales Event.
Welcome to NBA Friday in Golden State. Getting ready for a matchup between the Warriors and the Timberwolves. Take the trolley to the game. It's the holiday season. Take in the lights and get ready for some Friday night hoops as we welcome you to NBA Friday, presented by State Farm. A Western Conference tilt between the Warriors and the Timberwolves, a festive atmosphere outside Chase Center during this holiday season. As we welcome you courtside. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside Jay Billis. So happy to be with you this Friday night for the NBA on ESPN. Jay, the Warriors snapped their 5-game losing streak last night. Did it without Steph Curry and Draymond Green. They get them back tonight. But a 13-8 start. Just how about your overall impressions about the first quarter of this season from this Golden State team?
Overall, it's been really good. I think their strength is in their numbers and their depth. This year's version of the Warriors is much better defensively because their personnel allows them to really guard the ball. That keeps them out of rotation, and their defense getting stops allows them to get out and run. Their offense is always difficult to guard with all the cutting and screening. The question is, do they have enough to really contend for a championship? Do they need somebody to step up, go get another player? Jonathan Kuminga had 33 last night against Houston. Is he going to be that guy?
Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they had sort of an internal crisis a week ago. Anthony Edwards calling out his team. They've won 3 games since then. We know, big trade just before the start of this season. How about this incarnation of the Timberwolves?
I think a very different team than Minnesota had last year. Last year was the #1 defensive team in the league. This year they were 12th going into the last 3 games. They've really moved up in the last 3, holding their opponents in the last 2 games to 80 points in each game. But I think with Julius Randle, they're learning how to play with him. He is different than Karl Anthony Towns. The spacing is different. But this team has a lot of potential, I think, to be a very good in the playoffs. But it's going to take a little bit more time to figure it out.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Royal Caribbean. A big change for the Warriors in their starting lineup tonight. Jonathan Kuminga, coming off those 33 points that Jay Billis said, he will start. Draymond Green will come off the bench. Let's take a listen into sounds of the game with Gary Payton II.
Welcome back to work, Wardell.
Watch this. She gonna shoot it quick. Watch. Grab him, shoot it. Watch. Grab him, shoot it. Watch. I told you. I just told you, sir.
Oh, that was a great kick, actually. That was good hands right there. I knew it came to you. That was good awareness.
For Gary Payton II, getting us ready for the start of action between the Warriors and the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, Kevon Looney back in the starting lineup for the Warriors, jumping up, and Minnesota wins the tip.